Okay, so let's see what the question has to say to us. It says Tom purchases a total of 5,000 worth of travelers checks in $50 and $100 denominations for each vacation. Okay, so can I basically do something with this information? So I do know that the total or the sum is 5K dollars. And I do know that this can be broken down into 50 and 100. So how about I kind of like set up my equation? Let's say $50 and the number of, what is this, checks? Yeah, checks. So let's say X are the number of checks which have $50 on top of them, which are basically a value assigned to $50. And then I can say, okay, so there are, what's the next one? Yeah. And I say, okay, so there are Y number of checks which have $100 value assigned to them, and they are adding up to give me 5K dollars. So let's be a bit specific about the units. So this is a dollar value, this is a dollar value, this is a number, a quantity, this is also a number, a quantity, X and Y. Okay, then it says, during his vacation, Tom cashed 14 checks and lost all the rest. Okay, so what is going to be the total number of value of checks? Well, X, oops, probably not a nice X that I was expecting. So X plus Y is probably going to give me the total. Let's just call it question mark. So it's saying that during his vacation, Tom cashed 14 checks and lost all the rest. So out of this question mark, 14 were cashed, okay, and question mark minus 14 is something that he lost, right? Tom cashed 14 checks and then lost all the rest. Okay, yeah. And this is something that he lost. Oh my God. Okay. If the number of 50 checks cashed was 2 more or 2 less than the number of 100 checks cashed. Okay. So I think that I can kind of like come up with some type of relationship with this one. If the number of 50 check cash, so which is basically X is 2 more or 2 less, 2 more or 2 less than the number of 100 checks, which is Y, okay, then what is the maximum possible value of checks that were lost? So maximum, what is the maximum possible value of checks that were lost? Okay. So this is basically gonna give me some type of number, right? Because this is quantity. And the question is saying that, hey, what was its worth in dollars given the fact that these lost checks are at max? Okay, so I want to make this number, this question mark minus 14 number, as big as possible so that its dollar value is as big as possible, something to this effect. So I can also predict that, okay, so if I want to make this maximum, one thing that I can do is, the checks that he cashed, I want all of these 14 to be X. Why? Because I want this lost number to be as big as possible. Since X has a smaller value attached to it, and 100 or the Y has a bigger value attached to it. So if all my caches were, Y, then I'm definitely going to have a bigger number. So the thing that I want to cache is X, not Y. I want to keep Y in this part over here, this question mark, as much as possible to make this overall value bigger. So, okay. So I have basically two relationships. Okay, my relationship one is Y plus 2. And my second relationship is going to be X, Y minus 2. So probably I think what I can do over here is use these two relationships in this equation. Let's call it our equation number 1, okay? And see which case is basically giving me the maximum lost cases, okay? So I think I probably need to scroll down a little bit, okay? So 50x. So let's write 50y plus 2 plus 100x. No, sorry, it's y over here, right? Yeah, sorry. Y. And it's going to give me $5,000. Okay, so 50y plus 100 plus 100y, 5,000. So can I simplify some stuff? Okay, so this is going to be 150y, 150. And when 100 is going to be subtracted from 5,000, I'm going to get probably 4,900. Because 4,900 needs 100 to get to 5,000, okay? So let's see. If y is 4,900 times 150, what's going to be the value? Let's use my calculator. 4,900 divided by 150. Uh-oh. Did I made a mistake there? Because number of checks cannot be a fraction, right? Let me see. Am I using the equation right? 50x plus 100 by 5,000. Yeah, my first case. Okay, 50y plus 100, then 100y, 100y, and a 50y gives 150. Subtract 100 from 5,000, I'll get a 4,900. Okay, so probably this case is not even valid. And probably this is the only case is going to be valid. Okay, no worries. Okay. So I'm just going to do the same thing, just use my second case over here. So 50 y minus 2 plus 100y with 5,000. This is going to be 50y minus 100 plus another 100y with 5,000. So what's this going to be? 150y. And this time it's going to be added to this 5,000 is going to be 15100. And y, I hope, turns out to be integer this time, because it's not, then I made a stupid mistake for sure. Oh, thank God. 34. So 34 are the number of 100 value worth checks. So if I put 34 over here, this is going to be 3,400. I think I can find my x value now. So 50x plus 34 times 100, it's going to be 5,000. So let's just subtract 3,400 from 5,000 and divide by 50 to get an x. Let's just jump to the final step. 5,000 minus 3,400 and divide by 50. So x is 32. Okay, a lot of things make sense now. So $50 worth checks have 32 in number, and 34 checks have $100 worth. Okay, and now what I need to do is, okay, so what is the total? So total x plus y is going to be, the total is going to be 34 times 32. I'm just adding to get the total. And remember, this was basically question mark. If you come back up over here, this was the question mark. Remember, here. Okay. So this is basically 4 plus 2 is 6. 3 plus 3 is also 6. Okay. So now I need to cash maximum x worth checks, right? So 14. Let's make all those 14 from 32, which has going to be 50 worth cash. So if I multiply this, It's going to be 14 times 50, so 700. So now, uh, if I kind of like subtract 5,000, sorry, 700 from 5,000, I'm probably going to get the maximum value because, again, the reason why I used 14 with 50 is because I want to subtract bare minimum value from the total. So if I'm doing this, okay, 5,000 minus 700, it gives me $4,300 worth. And the answer should be, oh, so we don't have an answer? That's weird. Did I make a mistake? So I need 14 and 50. So I want this number to be as maximum as possible. So I need to cache all the values which have less value, which is 50. So 14 times 50 is, let me see if I've not a mistake, 700. And if you subtract from the total, then you should get 5,300. Okay, so let's see if I do it the opposite way, but it doesn't really seem to make sense. So 32 minus a 14, I can subtract a 12 and a 2. So 3 minus 1 is 2, subtract a 2, 18. So 18 numbers with 50 plus, what's the y? 34 with 100. Yeah. 34 with 100. It's just going to give me the same thing in my opinion. 18 times 50, 900, and 3,400 plus 3,400. It's again giving me the same thing, man. So why the answer is not even there? Is the answer E, and Nahar?
Yeah, I was also getting that, but it's E even. I checked the PDF, it was E. It was C option, 4,000. E, C option. I don't know how they got it.
Hmm. So, okay. So is there any problem with my analysis? Can we go quickly through it again? I mean, this happens when you're
You are right,
basically.
even I got that.
Mhm.
No, you are right. Even I got that same.
Okay, so you got the
You are
same
answering.
answer.
Yeah, 4,300. Yeah.
Okay. So guys, I think it is proven now that too much relying on third-party material can literally uh, waste a lot of your time. Like we spend almost, I don't know, approximately 5 minutes or more on this question. And the lesson learned here is try to go for official material or probably authentic prep material rather than just, picking questions randomly from certain book. So,
Yeah,
okay.
that I was asking that I should share or not because I was thinking that I am wrong or this question is wrong.
Yeah, okay.
That's
So,
why I shared.
but
Nahar, from where did you share these questions?
Actually, I found a PDF online. It was from Jamboree, I believe. It was a PDF which everybody once shared was doing questions from it. So I thought it
Oh,
was good and
okay.
I few questions from it. But
okay.
I think it's not good.
Okay. So I mean every other company has some good questions and some bad questions. Let's just not be a bit too specific because why? We don't want to target any company. Why? Because at the end of the day, every company is adding some value to your prep. But anyways, I think this question taught us something. Anyway, uh, let's end this up for now.